Everybody.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. How are you doing? Good afternoon, morning, night. One of them.
There's Johnny. He is the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, so he is Din Djarin. So last night was crazy. I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Last night was a life-changing.
Hold on. We're joined today. The only is joined by our good friends. Mike Jedi Jive and Brent from the Age of Grogu. Brent's been
guys.
Mike's been
Let's
in
go.
and out.
Thanks for reading that in because I was about to
welcome.
just.
Yay!
I know because we need some people to talk about it.
I was and also guys we just started, but we will be bringing in people at the end of the show. So
yeah, we're
so
definitely going to say that again because people
stick around. Yeah.
Yeah,
but just
Jedi General. Good
Jedi
to see you,
General.
Jedi
Good
General.
to see you, man.
Hey, welcome.
What's up, man?
Long time no see. Man
Love
gave
out
me
of the
my Echo, my Black Series Echo. I have to can't think
Wait,
enough
did you
of
not see Mug's profile picture?
I do see that. What is that? What is that from?
What's that from?
What is that from, man? That's awful.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What is
I
that
love that.
from?
Hey, hold on, Dylan. Do you have that clip?
Nope.
not on my computer.
Nope, not doing it.
Okay, that's for a different time.
That's for a different time.
Derpy Gaming, good to see you. Filoni is a god like a bantha.
welcome.
I mean,
Of course.
I mean, yeah. I think imagine there might be a lot of new people
Yeah.
watching this because our reaction
Yeah.
kind of blew up a little bit. More so than our normal
Relatively.
reactions. Relatively speaking. Well, okay, it's our second most popular video on the whole channel, so I think.
Congrats, guys! That's awesome.
I
put a post on my
it's only
channel.
day one, and it's only day one.
I think it's relatively to say that it blew up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, to any new people watching this, thank you for subscribing for that. Hopefully, this stream will be a little lower energy. You'll be able to understand us, our opinions, our different perspectives, because that episode was just all screaming. So,
wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. This just hit me. Is this?
No,
he's not
no,
dead. He wasn't dead.
he's not dead. He's not dead. He was not.
Which makes me think: is Max Rebo an inside man? You know,
I posted it. Wanted
He always seems to get off scot-free. He survived.
He always seems to get out of there.
They showed the droid drummer, but they didn't show Max.
And then
And the Biff or the Biff.
That would be hysterical. Yeah.
I don't know. That's something we'll talk
Max
about.
Rebo's
Okay,
behind it all.
Yeah, for sure. No, totally.
I feel like
maybe he's fireproof.
It was Max all along.
It was Max all along. Yes, this is the WandaVision reveal. It was Max Rebo. Okay. So I think first off, let's start with our guests. General impressions out of 10, that kind of thing.
Jedi General impressions for this episode.
I mean,
Mike,
really? A 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, of course.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep, I agree. 10 out of 10 for sure.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, those are some pretty quick answers, pretty easy answers. Johnny, Dylan, what do you think?
10 out of 10.
Infinity out of 10?
Yeah, this is
I don't know. I'm a new person.
You know what? If I'm being perfectly honest, not only is it 10 out of 10, I actually felt myself getting like uncharacteristically annoyed at people that were going straight to negativity on this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to mention it really quick and be like, I'm really annoyed at people that. And I have, you know what? I love Gibbs, but after your reaction, I was like wanting to strangle him through the screen because he went right to the negativity of like, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
Drop it. There's nothing to be negative.
I see where you're coming from. It was hard not to, and I was feeling it too, just because I've had these expectations for the show, and we'll get into it after. We'll
talk about it. We'll
definitely
talk
about the implications of this episode.
I do have a theory that I want to, talk about with the negativity a bit later on, specifically because I think it's a change that people might have to think about.
Just off the top, I mean, the note that I would say about it is this is just clearly, if you can't tell so far, all of this is one big Star Wars show in this era. It's all one long thing. So whether or not Boba is in it, and maybe the Book of Boba Fett, like in Clone Wars when we got episodes without Anakin or Obi-Wan or Ahsoka, I wasn't annoyed. Rebels, when we got an episode about Kallus, that wasn't about the Rebels, but it was still Rebels. And this is just the Mandalorian era, and like we got these 4 episodes about Book of Boba Fett, and now we're continuing this grander story where Boba Fett is one of the main characters in this Mandoverse. But I think let's just start talking about the episode itself. So I believe it's called. It's kind of a long title. It's Stranger from the Desert.
No.
A stranger walks out of the desert.
Walks out of the desert.
From the desert comes a stranger.
From the desert comes a stranger. There you go.
Wow, we are lack of sleep today, aren't we, everybody?
Oh my god, yeah. We've all been. I feel like I've not been like awake. It's been a weird moment of time. But anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the desert comes a stranger off the bat, Cobb Vanth. What did you guys think of this intro? Cobb Vanth right off the rip.
Yeah, it was like an immediate. We cheered immediately.
Yeah,
and that little appearance alone would have been a nice little satisfying nugget for us to be like, "Woohoo, Cobb Vanth was in this episode." Like that alone would have been like a satisfying thing. Like, and it was satisfying. But that was
we
know.
He comes in, he's cool. He drops like a crazy line. What is it? It's think it through.
Yeah,
and I love that line. I love so many good lines in this episode. God,
I really loved how he flushed the drugs down the toilet. You know, he actually just kicked over the box. That was such a boss move because it was
I also love the line when the Pike was like, "This is worth more than your whole town." He's like, "Put me in retirement." Like,
you know what? It also it's an important scene too because it establishes what a quick gun Cobb Vanth is to get 4 guys at once, and he still loses to Cad Bane. That is important.
Can we talk about his blaster for a second? Was that like a double blast thing, or was that just he was really fast and he shot
really fast?
Times?
That was the point of the scene to show.
Yeah, how fast he really
show how fast Cad Bane is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It was a 3-shot thing.
I will say though, because I noticed this too. I think the two stuntmen on the left of screen fell over too close to each other, and so there's I could only really see 2 blasts come out, but the 3 guys drop. I don't know, but his gun also has 3 barrels.
That's
on
it. That's where I was going with it.
Is it a triple blast? Yeah, and I was like, is he shooting multiple ways? I was like, I don't know. It doesn't matter because it was cool.
Oh no, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, Johnny, the think it through line. I only picked up on the second one, but on the rewatches, he says it first when he first comes out to them. He says, and then it's just he's so cool, man.
Yeah, he really is.
He's so cool.
It's sick.
He's not dead either. Definitely not dead.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I love how he says it twice.
Shot here.
The second time, it's you didn't learn your lesson. Come on, look what happened to your friend.
I think he might even go into the back for next episode.
Yeah, he's not going to be in the fight, so to speak, right? He'll be
everyone come visit Boba. He'll put you in the back, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
the video of
true, man.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I don't know. I think when you slow it down, the shot really hits him here. I think if anything, the main Cobb Vanth theme this episode was, you had that armor, you gave it up. He's like, I lost something I liked, and then Cad's like, you shouldn't have given up that armor. So I think he'll probably just show up with some new armor he made himself.
Another great line. We're skipping ahead again, but Mando's like, "How you been since I took the armor?" He's like, "More careful." He's just straight to the point. He's so cool.
Now,
and the way he said, is that a Naboo Starfighter? Was just like, oh, is that like a '63 Chevy?
And then Mando's like, it was. It started as one.
And since we are skipping ahead and we've already kind of briefed on this, that hit from Cad Bane specifically that hit him, is this a "I'm not going to kill you" hit? I'm going to leave this as a warning.
It's because he was distracted by the other guy. He had to.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The fact is, if you killed the leader, in this case, you could create your own uprising by the rest of the people, which you're trying to avoid. I got the impression that it was a warning shot.
I think it was a warning shot.
Really? I don't know. It was
because I don't think Cad Bane has the luxury of doing that with Cobb Vanth, who's been established as a fast gun.
Here's the thing.
Pose the danger to him if he isn't actually.
He shot the deputy 6 times.
He purposely shot him to kill him, but.
Because I think Mike is right. Once the second guy comes into play, he has to disable the first guy who's fastest as fast as he can, and then turn to the guy who's gonna pull his gun and just absolutely annihilate him. And then once the first guy's down, he's not gonna turn back. And it's his goal was just to get Cobb Vanth out of the way so he could turn and get the second guy. Because Bane was against the odds. There was 2 guys there. He just had to go as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So I think he had the choice of going back down and just taking many blasts.
The deputy kill was so definitive too.
That was I feel like if the Pike sent somebody in to say stop them but don't create an uprising against us, is the kind of way I would have taken that. I don't know. We know he's alive. He obviously didn't get a kill shot, but it feels like it was more of a shoot to wound, not shoot to kill.
I think so too.
You see the fear in the weak way's eyes. He clearly does his job.
I remember when we were when we first looked at the deputy, we were like,
Jedi General, get out of here, man.
This guy seems nice.
Oh, dude, seriously? No, you can't. You
get out of here.
No.
We love having you, but oh my god, This is such an episode to not be getting spoiled.
I don't want to spoil any more for you.
Oh, we need to. Clearly, I mean, spoilers, guys.
No, that's in the thumbnail. We're talking about it now.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I remember the first deputy, like, oh, that's a nice guy. He seems like a noble guy. Seems like a cool guy, and he just gets obliterated the next second.
Totally. He's new,
which we saw coming. So, anyways. All right, so let's kind of go. I kind of want to go through it somewhat in order, so we'll go back to kind of the beginning. So then we go to I don't know the planet name.
They didn't say what it was.
Still?
They've never said.
Is it in the novels, Levi?
Nope. So it first appeared. At least I'm assuming it's the same as it first appeared in Force Awakens, and then you see it in and then you see it in Last Jedi, and it still doesn't have a name. And then you see it in Rise of Kylo Ren, but I don't think it has a name. Look at that.
There's the temple being built there.
I mean, it basically looked like Hawaii. It was just
that was awesome. Well, where do you think this was shot? Because this was
it is an Asian influence, so with all the bamboo and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Dylan, did you get a screenshot of it from Force Awakens or Last Jedi?
I did not. No.
But I've seen an image of it, and it is the same temple that
it sure looks the same, right?
It looks
looks the same.
Yeah.
Just minus the trees.
There's a few more huts around and stuff too.
That's like 25 years later. A lot's changed.
Plus, it's supposed to be burned down, like bamboo forest would burn down.
Yeah, it's more or less the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the rumors about this show was that, and the super loose rumor was that there would be a sequel connection at the end. And to me, this is it. Like that's the temple. That's a thing that you see in the movies 7, 8, and 9. So
absolutely,
I don't know. To me,
also, though, the temple is obviously fallen apart to like an extreme degree, to where these robots have to like carry the pieces back up. That almost gave me the impression that the temple like exploded at one point or something.
Yeah.
No, I took it more as that they were just gathering rocks randomly and making them. That was like the first construction. I didn't think.
You're right.
It's the first construction on the foreign land on that kind of thing.
Because in my mind, when I first saw it, when we first showed that temple, I'm like, okay, this looks just like the structure on Ahch-To.
Right.
So this is like a Jedi hut or whatever, Jedi temple or whatever. So it seemed like in ancient times there was.
It's interesting because those temples on Ahch-To actually exist on Earth. Like those are real things. So that's a little like reverse. Like that's a real thing that became retroactively like, oh, that's a Jedi temple.
Yeah.
But I think we're skipping over.
We are skipping over a little tiny droid, aren't we?
Is that we watch an N1 starfighter fly in, and it's R2 D2,
a chromed out R1 Naboo starfighter with Din Djarin in it. He's flying down. He's communicating with R2D2.
He calls R2 friend, which is significant.
Now, I got this from you guys. When Din is flying over the planet, I actually thought it was what's
Takadana.
Takadana. Yeah. I thought, oh wow,
Takadana.
It had similar, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, this is not Takadana.
It's not exactly the same. Yeah.
I wonder where that, because that was a rumor. Wonder where
I've heard some theories.
Confusion.
Some rumors are fake.
It might be a new place, like just an place.
I wonder.
Din
I wonder
have
if
that line where he said, "I've come all this way." Like he's suggesting that it's like kind of like off the.
It is out there on the outer rim. It could be quite a bit out there. Yeah.
I don't know, but anyways, I thought that was interesting. But so then I mean, Luke's not talking to him right now, so they set a bench up for Din. So that was
I love that part.
Those androids.
I
love it up again. These droids are so sick.
Look at that shot, man. Look at that. That's
cool.
God. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
Concept art come to life so many times.
We are
over and over and over.
We are seeing the beginning. We see just Luke Skywalker, man. What a cool. What's so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
and then.
So R2 like powers down. Yeah, R2's like, you know what?
R2's like, I'm
not. I think, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but R2 gets it. He's been around for so long. He's like, I know you can't see Grogu. Like I don't know. I understand. And that's why
he calls Ahsoka.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how
I love the detail. The detail that they build a bench and the comedic line of is that a bench? One of the funniest things in Star Wars.
That was it. Everybody, people's responses is that a bench or is that a bench?
I think it's funnier to think that R2 was like had a part in contrling them too. Where he built the bench for Din.
Yeah. You're going to be waiting for a little while. Sit down, and we also do see that when Luke goes to see Yoda for the first time on Dagobah, it's like Luke is made to wait. Think about that too. Din is made to wait at this point.
So we get Luke
Whoever.
are up by this tree training.
Tears.
He's using the Force on that frog, and then my favorite part where Luke, he shows him what the Force can do when he pulls up like 20 frogs or whatever. Yes. Crazy scene.
Well, he's saying like Grogu is just focusing on this one thing for himself, and Luke is saying, "Look what you can do if you just connect to the Force. I'm connected to all of these frogs because I'm connected to life." And like, look at that, dude. You could, I don't know. It's such a good moment, man.
You could do that.
It's such a.
But let's just talk about Luke and how he looks. Like,
I wish I.
Are you kidding me?
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let's be perfectly honest for a second. I felt like everybody agrees that it's 10 times better than it was.
A million times.
A million times better. So, and the initial shot when he's not speaking and it's just him and he's just basically smiling or whatever, it was like 100%. Like I was in. Yeah. It did fall apart a little bit when he started to have a little bit more. He had to carry entire scenes in the daylight with like full dialogue. But speaking to Grogu, there was a little bit of a jankiness still in it. So it needs a little bit of polish.
To Rogue One and all that.
I've seen it again.
That's my professional opinion, man.
Professional it's never bad. Also,
like it was still like a 98% though. It was 1,000.
Oh yeah, but also add the fact that 5 years after Jedi at this point too, so you can get away with slight changes in a facial structure of your own body, even 5 years.
Just Leia saying the word hope at the end of Rogue One looks like garbage now compared to.
I was just amazed it never really fell into that uncanny valley area, which is what inevitably kind of happens with the deepfake.
I think that the biggest point of reference here is Tron Legacy, Jeff Bridges, and now.
Sure. Yeah.
I think because that's Disney. That was like that was like the first real full blown. This is a character who is going to be a younger version of another character. And then
and they're only going to fine tune this technology now too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, completely.
Only going up.
So before I was given season 2 Mando Luke like the benefit of the doubt, but now it's like it looks bad compared to this. Like that doesn't look good compared to what we have now.
Yeah,
and I'm
happy. I wouldn't say it looks bad, but I don't.
So guys, we saw 25 minutes of Luke Skywalker in
which
this
is insane.
episode.
That's so much.
That's so much. Is this it? This is the testing ground to the audience to say we are ready to give you a Jedi Academy or whatever we want to give you with this character in the future.
So, man.
Do we think that is the series after Ahsoka, the Jedi Academy with Luke Skywalker? Is that a Dave Filoni?
Brent and I talked about it a little bit earlier today, but I think this might have been a little bit of that.
Yeah, it feels like this is a handoff to say.
I don't know.
Are you going to give us permission to do Luke Skywalker in the future this way? And it seems like the general consensus towards the public is yes, it's amazing.
First, though, I got to give props to ILM and Lucasfilm for owning up to their mistakes, so to speak.
Oh,
because in that behind the scenes, they had the deepfake ready. Yep. They decided to go a different way.
Yep.
And then after the episode comes out, you got people like the Corridor crew and Shamook making these deepfakes and saying, Lucasfilm, why didn't you not do this? And Hal Hickel was like, okay, I'm defending our decision.
Absolutely.
But then they own up to it. They hire the guy who does these deepfakes, and then they make this.
Like
that is
investment well done.
They took the criticism. They took the criticism right on the level, and they
1,000%.
Oh my god!
I want to give him credit, but has he been credited in anything? Like, do we really know? That
Actually, I haven't looked. I haven't looked.
So I don't know. I see a lot of people.
You got to imagine, man. You got to imagine.
Yeah.
They hired him for the post-production of the show.
Literally, like Boba rapped, and then he got hired. Like it was.
He said, and he is the head of the ILM,
that section of
department, like.
Yeah. All right, that's all you, Shamook. I'm giving it. Even if you didn't touch it, even if you hadn't even heard about this, it's all you.
I'm suspecting that the gallery will. Yeah, I'm suspecting the gallery will show us a little bit about that. I'm hoping now.
Hopefully,
So we hired this dude, YouTuber, just random
guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be part of it. I hope so. I would like to see
when he opens his eyes and looks at Grogu, in that when they're both sitting there, it is perfection. And then let's start moving forward here. And then he starts to talk to him. He starts forcing him, like literally picking him up and moving him.
Yeah.
And they talk about Yoda, and this moment is like, wow. Like
Mark Hamill has this weird twitch with his eye. If you've ever really watched Mark Hamill, he's got this weird twitch with his eye. They reproduce that weird twitch in the one eye that he. Oh yeah, it was just one of those moments, and it wasn't. It was a little earlier.
He looks so good. He just looks so good.
just
God dang,
I mean,
so clean.
Who would have thought that we would have had Luke and Ahsoka in the same frame as
Luke and Ahsoka and Din and Grogu are in the same frame at one point.
Yeah.
On top of everything else,
there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. But like
concept art come to life.
Literally, yes. Like dreams come to life.
We get a Clone Wars flashback.
Yes.
Order 66. As he's talking about Yoda, I think it's really interesting that he says he tells Grogu the size matters not, and then Luke sort of thinks on it. He's like, yeah, Yoda kind of talked in riddles like that. He's kind of weird, and he's like, do you know anything? Like, do you remember that? And one of the big plot points of this episode that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about is that here in this memory, Luke doesn't feel like he's actually training Grogu yet. He's just getting Grogu to remember what he had already learned.
Technically, Grogu has more years of training than Luke does, right?
Exactly.
Right.
When he learned. What I really liked about this is we get to see Luke try a bunch of different training styles. You know, he tries like the tough love when he's like, "Is that all you got?" When he does the jump. He does the showing him, not telling, where he puts him in the back like the Yoda, and you can tell he's trying. He's not there yet because this is literally his first student, not even really a student. He's trying all these different ways that he's learned from all these different.
There's definitely forced telepathy going on here. The communication it was between Grogu and Ahsoka, of course, and we're seeing that again. Forced telepathy, being able to talk by our minds.
Specifically on that student point, they are so finally writing that line because in the movies they say that Ben is the first student of Luke, and so to have it be like he keeps saying, "Oh, you're not my student." At the end, he presents the choice: you will either be my first student or not. And he's not going to do it.
And I think that we know the answer.
I think he'll start. But I think something's going to happen that's going to make him go.
I think Grogu is too important to Mandalore and the story of Mandalore that's going to be told in season 3. He's not going to be able to stick with the Jedi.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think he will at first. I think he definitely will at first. But
I mean, I don't.
Let's save it.
Okay. I have lots.
Yep.
I know.
But yeah, that Clone Wars flashback, man, crazy.
Clone Wars flashback, like, look at the clones. Look at the clones, man. Live action clones, man. Look at the clones.
What I will say about this, so I imagine the 501st is going for Grogu, but it almost looks like they're looking beyond him. Like it doesn't look like if the camera's from his eyes, it looks like they're looking at someone else
going for him.
So can you pull up the image again? Can we pull up the image? No, I'm not sure if Mike and Brent have heard about this.
Right.
So do you see that symbol on the right side of the screen? It's on that door there. People have brightened this image. It is like
tiny.
I don't even know about that. What is this?
No.
It's like a
it's red. It's a red. It's a dark red. It's a circle with something in the middle, and then you can sort of see.
At it.
It is on the.
It's very.
So there's a door.
Blurry.
There's a door on the side of this frame.
Okay.
And so there's the Jedi. It's on the right. And there's this. It's like a circle, and then something in the middle, and then there's like something on top of the circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that symbol is Barriss Offee's crest from the Clone Wars. It is a 1-to-1 like recreation of specifically her crest, which is like so bizarre that they would put that there.
Right.
And people are theorizing that maybe she's the one who's maybe Barriss is the one who saves Grogu or something of that nature.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But she's in prison though, at least. Would she be? Yeah.
People have theorized that maybe. At this point, she would have been an Inquisitor, or maybe they let her during the Purge, like she gets out.
Okay. All right.
But my theory right now is that he doesn't get saved. I don't think he gets saved at all. I think no, not at all. I think that because when Ahsoka talks about it, he says that he was in the temple, and then there's a period of time where his memory goes dark. And I feel like right now, Grogu's going to be on Mount Tantus in the Bad Batch. Like that's where Bad Batch is going, and Bad Batch is going to bust him out of there.
He's clearly got a lot of trauma because he shuts it off right when that.
I think he gets captured by the Empire because his whole memory of being a Force user and all of his training it's so bad for so long that he represses all of that.
But as Devil's Advocate goes, the clone troopers are automatically going towards him. There's this element of they're going to look like they're going to kill him. then it means that somebody higher will have to come in and stop them. And I'm feeling that Palpatine is definitely the thing. Palpatine's got this whole blood sucking thing that he wants to do with with Grogu, with getting his Jedi midichlorians and stuff.
Right.
Anyway,
I have a thought. So I don't know. We haven't really heard too many things about this, but I mean, like, Barriss is a character that's very central to Ahsoka as a character. And if she is truly alive, like past the prequel trilogy, I mean, like, she is potentially a character we could see even in the Ahsoka series.
Sure, totally.
Yeah.
And I think, given that like the Boba Fett show is connecting so heavily to Mando and literally telling their story, I think the Ahsoka show could do the same, and maybe even Barriss could be the one that, in fact.
Yeah, man. Think about this. We're gonna get live action Luke and Ahsoka and Anakin Ahsoka.
In the same year. That's right.
Yeah.
And Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Hope so. Yeah.
And Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, probably.
Probably.
I hope so.
If she's turned up here and they do flashbacks as we've predicted Obi-Wan, then it is going to be the three of them in Kansas.
Star Wars 2022 it's changing the game.
It's changing the freaking game.
Okay, so he continues to train with Grogu, and I think what the next thing. Oh, look at this. The Saber Training.
Yep.
Love it.
And we got it. Luke. This is when he's showing him like what the Force can do.
Yeah, him jumping on the back of the
Empire Strikes Back.
Even in motion, it looks good. I think.
Yeah.
This was such a just a joy-filled moment.
Yeah.
When it's such a Star Wars moment when he's jumping on this animal and it goes it's just this is a Luke Skywalker moment. Like, this is one of the best. Oh, I don't know, man. I love this.
I think it is some of the best
flashbacks to Yoda on Dagobah and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, no, it really feels like he's taking his teachings and trying it himself, trying to figure out what worked.
Yeah.
And then I mean, we just get this whole kind of training sequence, and he climbs the bamboo, and that was a cool shot looking at it.
And you hear the Force theme?
That's what I was going to say, the music. Let's talk about the music. Just the music
is really good in this episode.
It's like 3 seconds of the Force theme, just that one little Force.
Not even just that. There was a lot of really good music.
You hear Yoda's theme. You hear even the clone attacks. It was not a copy of John Williams, but it represented specifically the Clone Wars attack in Attack of the Clones. Specifically, there was this intense change of music shift there, and it was just really awesome to hear how many music shifts were in this episode alone.
It's like
I can't wait for the soundtrack to come out in a few weeks' time.
Yeah,
feels like a movie.
So basically, everyone kind of knew Luke and Grogu were coming in the back of their head, but I never could have expected Ahsoka Tano to show up in this episode.
And the way you immediately go to like, wait, this means they've already talked to each other.
Yeah. And
so you know that there's a story coming with that.
I do believe that will be a big moment in Ahsoka.
See a Jedi General.
Yeah, maybe even the first episode is her like finding Luke, and then like her show is what takes place after this, because he's like, "Will I see you again?" She's like, "Perhaps," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, if they're BFFs, wouldn't she be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna see you again? You're like Anakin's son. I don't want to
that's the question
like
right
now.
Anakin,
I didn't even think of this. I didn't even think that this. Like that she would be in it, but in hindsight, I'm like, it makes so much sense. Like, it's
so she right now is on her quest still to find Thrawn. So where, like, does she go to Luke to ask him for help, and that's why she was?
I feel like this is before her story. Like I feel like we're gonna start right where we just right before what we just saw. Like she's gonna be like finding Luke. Because she already interacted with Grogu. She already interacted with him. She already had like a connection with him. So
in season 2, she was on her quest.
Because I've seen a lot of people being like, maybe ultimately it's Ahsoka that ends up training Grogu, not Luke, because he's gonna like. Luke's still got kind of like the old Jedi dogma that ends up screwing him over.
One of the few things that Dave
Filoni
has said
more open to the
about this time period connection. He has said that the time frame of when these things take place in relation to the finale of the end of Rebels and Ahsoka going to get Sabine, he's like, we don't know. You know, like he's clearly changing that. He's playing with that. So I think the Ahsoka show. I think Mike's very right. It could start even before what you see in Mando season 2.
I think so.
And get up to that point, and then through this, and you sort of.
Well, it kind of seems like
Malachor, where Ahsoka was during the OT, all that.
Yeah, this just serves as like a little pin in the storyline where you're like, oh, eventually you're gonna catch up or whatever to where you. So like that's why this is amazing, because you're like they're already acquainted. this they could have like a 2-hour conversation with each other. You know, that could be its own episode. You could literally have an entire episode.
Here's where
their first conversation.
They could have their first conversation. Force Ghost Anakin could show up.
Oh my god!
Like
think about that. Could be with them.
Don't do that to me.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Hayden's already confirmed to be Ahsoka. Like, that could.
Yeah.
What better way?
Now, this is where it goes back to. I'm going to go back to the Clone Wars once again. We've already seen this establishment, the way they actually have put stories out of order. And the fact is, we've got this whole side story going on about Boba Fett and why Bib Fortuna betrayed him, and we still don't know that story either. That's another story to be told on the track. The idea of going out of order is becoming very sync with the Clone Wars in the way they told their stories when they dropped them on TV years ago. And it is making sense to me much more now that this entire format of going through, taking a story, a 4-part arc as they did in the Clone Wars, we are getting that within these little mini stories of Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian and eventually Ahsoka and all that. We're getting these breakaways where they can break away for like 2 episodes and do an entire story on Luke Skywalker, on Grogu, in the story of the Book of Boba Fett. What people are going to have to adapt to, and this is what we're hearing from the negativity, is, this is a story about Boba Fett. Why aren't we seeing Boba Fett? I'm coming at it from this other point of view, and that is that they have done this before. They have gone out of sync with the story. It is like reading a novel and a chapter where it tells you the flashback story in chapter 2 of a story in a novel about a character on their situation, on how they got to this point in time, or where they're going to affect something in the future. And people just need to now accept this new story format. We're familiar with it because we've watched the Clone Wars. We understand this new format of story because we've seen it before, but most people seeing it in live in the TV universe is putting them out of order. They're used to seeing something linear going from beginning to end. And Dave is trying to create this new format that is revolutionary, I feel, for Star Wars telling here. Let's not put it linear. Let's allow us to be able to pull in these other characters. Just because we're calling it Mandalorian Season 2, it doesn't mean that we're not going to see Boba Fett for 2 episodes doing a whole Boba Fett story in Mandalorian Season 3. That might very well happen. People are going to have to accept that. That is my thought.
I want to get Mike's opinion on this because I think Mike is probably the closest in terms of opinion to me, where I think that first 4 episodes of Boba were such a solid Boba story. And a lot of people seem to be split about that, but as far as I know, Mike really enjoyed those.
Yes, I enjoyed all of it.
And so for you, because Brent was talking about more from like a pacing standpoint, for you having enjoyed, Mike, the first 4 episodes so thoroughly.
Yeah, particularly the second episode.
Particularly the second and like the fourth too. How does, like, as a Boba show, how is this playing for you? And I think we heard from the beginning, like, you're digging it.
Yeah, and on top, it goes right along with what Brent was just talking about in terms of who says in Mandalorian Season 3 you're not going to get a Boba-centric episode on Tatooine, and you're not going to
for a period. It'll
be just the reverse of the situation. It'll just further reinforce the shared universe theory.
Absolutely,
And the way we were seeing it is just now multiple characters have overlapping filaments in their stories, and you can share those. Like, Fennec Shand is appearing in Mandalorian. She's also in Boba Fett. She's also in the Bad Batch. You know, there's all of these different filaments that intertwine. And I get it. I'm cool with it. Was hoping that they were going to bring in this Marvel sort of, universe style way of telling where they're going to make a shared universe. And to me, it makes sense.
It's telling a story. I think people are missing.
Quite frankly, it's better than what the Marvel TV show crossovers have been.
I argue with that as well.
In terms of crossover, it's better. Like when we were watching Hawkeye and we wanted Kingpin, and we got maybe a little bit of Kingpin, and it was like this little piece.
And
this
imagine
episode, you got full Luke Skywalker.
Imagine what the post-credit scene. Nobody's talking. What's the post-credit scene going to be after the next episode?
Right, man.
What if we get a Thrawn tease? You could get a Thrawn tease.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine if we saw like the back of Thrawn's head or something, or like you got like a. Dude, come on.
Dylan was saying something though.
So I'm not entirely on the other spectrum of this, and I love this episode. I still am a little in the camp of I don't think we've got enough good Boba in present day stuff for a Boba Fett present day story to be super compelling to me. Like we just got Cad Bane, which is
what's
awesome.
the rush though? Because Boba's story is ongoing.
Yes,
this is literally just the first little chapter in Boba Fett's story. Like he might not even die for the next 10 years or ever.
Right.
He's just going to be
I mean,
the daimyo of Mos Espa moving forward.
I mean, granted, it's the weakest.
Cad Bane to pop up in the second to last episode, and I love how they did it. I'm super conflicted because I love this episode, and there's still more to talk about that we got to get into. But I can't help. What my immediate reaction was, I loved that, but it feels weirdly placed, and I'm sort of coming away from that as I got to sleep on it and I watched it today, and I was just such an.
I think Cad Bane is the Moff Gideon of the season in terms of the way it's paced.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Moff Gideon showed up in the second to last episode at the very end.
And Cad Bane isn't going to get introduced and then killed. He's around now for another show, another.
Totally.
I don't think.
But even then, Mike,
no
you don't like.
I don't think so.
Cad Bane being here now Cad can be in Cassian Andor.
Obi-Wan. Yeah. Cassian or Obi-Wan. Yes. Yeah.
The fact that now he's
Bad Batch.
This is where I was going with it.
He can bridge back to
now we're open for.
Wait, did you guys want to touch on the Omega theory a little bit at all because of Bad Batch being fresh, her character being fresh?
Not now. She's not in this. She's not in this season, as far as I'm concerned.
No.
I think though, Mike.
If she was in
now, she definitely could be. Nothing's off the table anymore.
If she was in
nothing's off the table now. Nothing. We just batted 1,000. We batted 1,000 last night.
Nothing is off the table.
I do.
Every single character you wanted to see showed up. Every single one.
However,
and now to me that reinforces the concept that they're not going to tease and then have it be a Ralph Boner. When they tease, they're giving it to you.
Yeah, that's
they're just teasing you a little.
But they're giving it to you as a purpose. It means it's going to serve a greater story in the future or a greater story from the past. That allows a Kenobi story arc that may or may not happen there to affect something in the future. They might take a Kenobi story arc once again, and again, it goes back to the Clone Wars series. They did a whole section, 3 or 4 episodes that dealt with a Ahsoka, Anakin, Obi-Wan team up. But the following week, it was a Clone Troopers team up, and then they would go forward and do a young Boba Fett team up, and they would mix those stories up within the season. The season for us is a chapter stories. So I think it's like change. We have to learn to change our perspective on how they're going to do this live action series.
Dave Filoni in charge. This literally 100%. You're getting Sabine. You're getting Ezra. You're getting Thrawn.
Already casted, man.
Those people.
I'm saying this isn't like a
connectivity of it.
Every single character you're gonna get Jason Syndulla. That's gonna be a thing. Wait for no. What do you mean? Well, no, 100%.
Oh, come on. Yeah, they're gonna change the green hair, in my opinion. But I want to see Jason Syndulla.
I think the next time we see Jason,
wouldn't he be relevant right now for Luke's Academy? This is a very relevant.
I think whenever they do a Luke thing in the future, that's when
he'll be a part of it.
Oh, and it'll probably be animated. It'll be animated.
Yeah, and it'll be animated.
I think
I don't know about that.
Now that we have deep fake this good, it's like
too early. I think what's gonna happen. Okay, because
I want to reel us back in a little bit.
Yeah. So what happened was when we left off was that Grogu was training and Ahsoka walks up to Luke and they have a freaking conversation. They share screen time together. And
we did miss one thing.
What do we miss?
Mando and Ahsoka kind of have a little conversation about how they can't see Grogu. That whole thing is established, which I guess we all sort of expected, but I really like the way they did it, where they didn't end up seeing each other at all. Like he understands sort of, and she's like, "Hey, this
okay,
is
I gotta." I think this is the moment. I gotta jump in here. So because this moment, and I know I'm gonna jump to the end. But Ahsoka is talking about the whole attachment thing, and we talked about it. They mentioned it last week with the creeds are opposite, and. I think it really is.
She doesn't believe this anymore.
I know. That's what I'm getting at. She does to an extent.
She's testing him.
It's still an extent to where this is really relevant to Grogu, because Luke says, "I don't think his heart's in it." And
wait a minute.
And when
Ahsoka thinks Din Djarin is force sensitive. She's not talking about Grogu's attachment to him. She's talking about his attachment to Grogu.
That's another theory I've seen. But at the end of the episode,
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Okay. At the end of the episode, when Luke presents the lightsaber or the chainmail,
right?
Yeah. A lot of people are saying, "Well, what the hell? Luke wouldn't do this because he just saved his father 5 years ago from attachment. He knows not to do this, and I think Luke knows this too. He is testing Grogu.
Yeah.
Grogu's heart
I got that
isn't
as a
in this,
test.
Yeah, if Grogu's heart isn't in this, if he picks the lightsaber, Luke would absolutely give him the chainmail too. But I think he's picking the chainmail and he's gonna go do his own thing. Because if he knows that if Grogu is that attached, he knows that if Grogu is that attached to Din, even if with his new perspective on the Force, it would warp Grogu to the dark a little bit. So it's all a test. It is all a test.
I think that they wouldn't be showing this and setting this up if it wasn't going to be paid off next week.
Yeah,
it's all a test.
That's the thing, and that's the. Sorry.
I had this conversation with a friend, and he was like, why did Luke do that? And I was kind of explaining, Grogu's a bit of a different case, because Luke says to him, Mando, by the time I can teach you how to deal with these attachments, Mando might be dead. So I'm actually going to give you the choice. Not another Padawan gets this choice. They're taking.
Wait, also,
I didn't get this choice. I'm going to give you the choice.
We kind of assume that I assume Luke Skywalker doesn't know who Tar Vizsla is. Why would Luke Skywalker know that story? Unless he specifically has been studying,
researching.
Well, I kind of has though, right? Actually, no. I think he would know.
He does.
Who would have told him about that? Though?
Well, his past 5 years. His past 5
years. The sacred Jedi texts.
Yeah, have been studying history.
We actually don't know if he's got those yet, but
I don't
feel like he has any reason to know what the Darksaber is or who Darth Vizsla is.
I think he would.
No, because that Luke book. I'm thinking of that Luke book with all the Jedi, right?
Yeah, that's that's a reference book. Those are the lowest tier of canon.
I know,
but I'm just saying,
isn't that Luke
Yeah, it's Luke's journal or whatever. But I'm saying, regardless of that,
it's kind of canon.
I think he's aware.
Regardless of that, the past 5 years of his life have been spent hunting for Force artifacts and understanding the Force. I think Tar Vizsla would be a monumental part of Jedi history as the first and only Mandalorian Jedi.
We also we don't know how long he and Ahsoka have been talking, so we've got this conversation that could have definitely been played out.
And if it's one of those things, that they want the audience to know so heavily, and not just people in Clone Wars or watch Rebels, I think it's safe to assume that the main character of Star Wars also is informed as the audience is.
Right.
That's just me.
Some people pointed out that Ahsoka didn't even notice that Luke has a Darksaber, or that Mando had the Darksaber. Do you think she'd be like, wait,
I don't know if he had it on his. I don't know if he had it on his.
Oh,
yeah. I was trying to look. I don't think
he had it on him. I think.
Well, we can see in the shot, maybe, right? Oh, not that one.
No,
if it is, it's behind the cape.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it when I was watching, so I'm not sure.
Anyway, nuts, insane. So I'm just wanted to talk about that whole Force angle because a lot of people were, were talking
page turners. They were not.
Page turners. They were not. The girl Ray has a
no, I do really like. I still think Luke has a much more Qui-Gon approach to the Force. So I think he's. I don't think he's going against that or anything.
Wait, clear this up for me. I was convinced that with the remote training, the remote thing, that Grogu when he went to crush it, that Luke and Ahsoka were going to be like, whoa, that was dark.
No, that was good.
It was good. It's like I've learned this lesson now. I don't need to learn this lesson of jumping and flipping anymore. You're done. But I do agree. There was this moment where it felt dark side for a split second, and then I realized it was like, no, this wasn't an angry crush. This was a I'm done with you.
Has this darkness in him.
I don't need this.
You can't forget. You can't forget. He choked Cara Dune because of his attachment to Din. And Ahsoka is like, man, you got a lot of darkness in you. Like he is not gonna get trained. I think he's gonna because
it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
He's a different case. If this was just a normal, Padawan who's been alive for 10 years, I feel like Luke wouldn't give him this ultimatum.
He doesn't have to be a Jedi to use the Force either.
Ahsoka's not a
Jedi.
Yeah.
But they're also not afraid to say this is a student of both the Mandalors and the Jedi. And again, we're going back to Tara Vizsla at this point. Right.
I just don't think. I think if they commit to Grogu really fully training with Luke, then it muddies the the timeline waters too much.
Oh, for sure.
With Ben being the first student. I
think the only option is for him to take the chainmail, and we'll see him next week.
My big thing about, and it goes back to our conversation last week, we do see Luke pop up with Grogu at the last minute. We get another Luke Skywalker save, and that will diminish the.
I think they're doing that in. I think they're doing that in.
When Grogu turns down Luke's Jedi offer, it's gonna be the same time that Han and Chewbacca show up in the Millennium Falcon with Ben Solo, and Ben Solo's we're dropping him off in camp.
Hey, look, we can take you. Oh, that'd be hysterical. That's great, Mike. I like that.
Yeah, so Grogu will get on the Falcon, and Ben will get off, and it'll be
yes.
High five on the way.
Have fun at camp, son.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I do feel like the only option is to.
Well, also beyond the the first student needs to be Ben. It's the fact that Grogu can't be with the Jedi when Kylo kills all the students.
Right. That's not for like 10 years though, right?
Exactly.
It's not for it's 23 years.
20 years,
long
wow. Yeah, I'm still, distances between.
It's like right before The Force Awakens, right? Like
it's 6 years. It's 6 years.
It's 6 years.
No, it's 6 years.
So 23. No, so it's like 20 years.
It's a little while.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. No. Ben falling to the dark side is 28 years after Endor.
Endor.
And this is only 5 years after Endor. Therefore, it is 23 years until that point.
Good math.
So basically,
I got the timeline in my head.
So what about oh my god, there's so many things that Dave Filoni, like Rex.
Exactly. Think about all the time we have to explore.
Rex live action we still need.
We're getting that, man. We're getting that.
Not Return of the Jedi Rex either.
Well, it'll be an older.
I mean,
Rex,
it'll look similar though. Yeah, probably. But
anyway, speaking of old men. Let's jump back. So Din goes back to Tatooine.
Go back.
He goes back to Tatooine, and I actually think it's a pretty sweet scene of everyone standing around the holo table.
Wait. Grogu can jump like Yoda now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's jumping. It was cute. He's jumping.
It was cool.
So actually, the mods in this scene, I actually like them. I like the way they look. Just in the way this
they were
was
just
shot.
standing. What do you mean you liked them? They were just standing. They didn't do anything, man.
No. I mean, I like them. Like in some shots. In the
I like that their speeders weren't in the room.
Yeah, they didn't look good, but like in this shot, they looked good. Like the outfits worked for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They didn't have any lines either.
I don't know what to tell you, Johnny.
It didn't. Still for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
they look like they were conditioned enough.
I don't like them.
They've been really fed and paid at this point, so they can feel a little better.
Yeah.
Right. But basically, Fennec is like, listen, this war is happening soon. Like, we are under muscle. We do not have enough people to beat the entire Pikes. They have an army. We have a Kersantin. Like, that's it. Yeah. And
they have a Cad Bane, too.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't
we're getting there. And so yeah. Din walks in, all badass, gives him the nod.
There's a little nod.
We need foot soldiers. And so he goes to Cobb, and on the way he sees the sand crawler with the skull.
Yeah.
It's like the world's biggest foot ornament.
That was awesome.
But did you notice that in the bar in Freetown, the
rib cage?
I like that. It's like with the Jawas, because it's like Din's building a legacy.
How do they get it in there?
Like, I mean, it's small. It's the Jawas, but it's like, look, they're like,
don't worry about Johnny.
Yes.
But yes, we do we're back to Cobb Vanth.
Look at him, man. Look at him.
Now, can I say something? Just before he lands, or just as he lands, his deputy comes up and says, "You can't park that here. You have to park that on the starship."
I'd love to look at that guy
on the flat, referring to way out there, kind of thing. Which is interesting that that Cad Bane kind of obeyed that kind of law and parked out there. So anyway,
I'm convinced Cad just walked like 100 miles.
No. He literally parked on the flat. He was told. I mean, we got the impression you're told to park on the flat.
Right. He is straight up angelized Lee Van Cleef.
Hold on. Let me interrupt. So guys, people are here. We're gonna open it up to you guys, for the viewers to come on in a little bit. So just hang tight. We're almost done with our overall just gushing about this episode. But if you guys want to come on, we'll leave it. We'll put a link and we'll get you guys in here. So let's all right. But let's finish this.
Well,
talk here,
so basically, Mando's like, "Yo, do you want to like help Boba?" And one, he's like, "I don't even know who this Boba Fett is." It's like, well, you had his armor on, but whatever. And so he doesn't necessarily say no. The weak way is like, we don't need to get involved at all. But you can see that Cobb's still going through the motions. And actually, I think when he steps out, he's like, "Hey, get everyone together. Like, I gotta talk to you guys." So I think he was getting ready to at least plant the idea with his people.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
hey, we don't
absolutely.
do this. The Pikes are gonna walk all over us, so we gotta help out, and that's interrupted by this man.
Oh my gosh. That's the second shot. The first shot when he's the farthest away and you see the heat lines.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Immediately.
Everyone immediately knew.
Dude.
It was so beautifully bought in this.
What did you guys think about his look? Do you guys think they pulled it off?
I love it.
I think so.
I love it.
It was freaky.
I
scary.
saw complaints.
The only shot it didn't work is when he turned his head for me.
Really?
He didn't have enough of a chin. I think his face is a little longer in Clone Wars.
The shade of blue threw me a little bit at first, and it was only a little bit. And then I just puckered it up to age of the race that they get.
He's 30 years older. His skin's gonna get lighter.
He doesn't have his rocket boost.
Jason.
Oh,
watch the reaction. Jason, everyone watched Clone Wars and he was freaking out.
No,
he doesn't have the rocket boost.
He doesn't.
No, so
he
doesn't have his
dang, I was hoping we would see that next set. Okay.
I mean, he didn't have
Todo
360 either. But the thing is, he's also gone off on missions by himself in Clone Wars, and Todo 360's back park on the ship. I mean,
Toto might be at HQ. He doesn't.
I think we're gonna see Toto. I do think we will see him. So that'll be very, very exciting. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
He was in Bad Batch, right?
He was.
Yep.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be so sick when we see
Mike,
him.
do you remember?
He has beef with Fennec. He has beef with Boba.
Mike, do you remember our stream we did before Bad Batch started when we were talking, and we were like, man, what if we saw Cad Bane in the Bad Batch? How crazy would that be?
I called it. The start of the episode. The start of that episode.
And now,
that was a great appearance too.
Yeah, but Johnny, I mean, we were talking to Mike even before the Bad Batch even the whole show started. And now here we are, less than a year later, and Cad Bane is in live action.
Live action, man.
Right.
It's like
Cad Bane in the Bad Batch, Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett.
It's like, whoa.
We're gonna get another moment with Fennec and
now Cad Bane isn't like he's not like an obscure Star Wars character. Like now he's more of a mainstream villain that people have heard of. Like that's great.
Oh, totally.
Love that.
He's, this finale, I think, I mean, it has to be action packed. I mean, like we know someone it's gonna be action packed, but to see some of the fight scenes I have in my head, I know I'm just like they're in my head, but like the potential of that happening is very, very exciting, especially in live action. So,
absolutely.
Anyways,
so Cad Bane walks up and he's like, "Hey, you really want to like? I don't know
the voice.
Corey Burton, the famous Corey Burton voice.
So good.
Oh my god, nailed it.
I don't know how he knew, but he knew that Mando just tried to recruit Cobb, and he's like, "Hey, listen, you want to help out Boba Fett?"
I feel like he was watching.
He knew about no armor too. I mean, he didn't. He knew about. I mean, I think that's part of what Cad Bane does. He studies and he investigates before he goes in for the hunt and kill. Yeah. I mean, like any good bounty hunter, you're gonna
I gotta jump around. Johnny, don't you have to leave in like 8 minutes?
No, I'm good.
You're not gonna leave anywhere?
Don't worry about it. I'll leave when I leave.
All right. Well, I mean, even still, I would like to we've been going for almost an hour here. We already talked about sort of the ending with Luke and Grogu. Well, let's talk briefly because we can talk about Cad with the viewers.
First off,
but we can talk briefly about this. So this is straight out of like, The Godfather or something. They walk in, the music and the way that Jennifer Beals, Garza Fwip realizes it's a bomb right before it goes off.
She had time. She had time to get into some sort of. I think she had time.
No.
She's alive.
No, she did. I think she managed. No, I think she's too big of a character, or set up to be too new of a character.
Like I said, you saw the look on her face, like I'm about to die. She had the
Yeah.
From the moment. I think that explosion happened closer to the entrance. I think she's.
Okay,
I think she had that moment where we didn't.
So which one of these is her? Which one of these?
No, she's
too hot to die.
She was standing further to the back of the room. There's this element of dive.
She's dead.
She did.
I don't think she's dead. I don't think so.
What?
We'll see.
Oh man.
We'll see now.
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah,
I think let's
it's time.
let's open it up here.
Well,
let's open it up,
and then we get this.
We
talked
about it. A beautiful moment.
Yeah. Insane.
We'll see how it plays out, but I do think it'll be.
Somebody had suggested that Luke actually does have skin in the game, and that Tatooine is his home planet, and that like if he hears that like the Pikes have taken over and that like drugs are like going through his backyard, Luke may want to show up and be like, not on my back lawn.
Okay, all right. that gives enough of an excuse. I like that. I didn't even.
But we've seen Cad Bane face off against Jedi before. It would be awesome to see Cad Bane fight Luke Skywalker.
Max is an inside man. He survived the sail barge. He survived this.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Guys, so
or he's fireproof.
I pasted into the chat the StreamYard link, and it's pinned as well. So if you want to join us,
you do not have to
say the camera.
One last thing I wanted to quickly say, just very quickly, the words that Luke Skywalker says: "A short time for you is a lifetime for someone else." Yes. How powerfully beautiful is that line about explaining the Grogu's race and Yoda's race? Right. And just something to think about of how wonderful and precious that life is.
It also reminds you that Grogu is going to be in the Star Wars universe for a long time.
We're going to see him for the next nearly 1,000 years.
Which is why I don't think he can be at the temple or with the Jedi, so he can survive past the.
You think he'll be the Mandalore for the next 1,000 years?
Yeah. So I'm going to call our good friend Dimes in, and we'll ask him.
But that also implies though that Din's gonna not have the Darksaber eventually because Grogu will, which also implies that Din will be dying. So
I agree. I think
somebody's gonna kill Din, and Grogu's gonna have to kill that person.
All right,
is that gonna be Thrawn? Is Thrawn gonna kill Din?
I'm pulling in Dimes. How about Dimes answers this?
All right, I'm pulling Dimes in.
All right.
What's up, Dimes? How you doing?
Hey, Dimes. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
out of 10. I know it's a 10, but
I'm doing
is it a 10?
great. Especially after this episode. That was insane.
Yeah.
Insane stuff. So did you have a favorite part of the episode in whole? A lot of stuff there to digest.
A lot to unpack,
Honestly, probably the Cad Bane duel with Cobb Bane. Just because it was like the good, bad, and the ugly type of thing.
Yes.
It's just so cool.
Absolutely.
Very much
and also, am I the only one that thought it was Alden Ehrenreich when Cobb Vanth pulled up at the beginning of the episode?
I've heard. No, you're not. I've heard other people say that. Like Christopher John Campea, actually. Ironically, John Campea.
Oh, really?
Thought it was Alden just briefly.
Okay. Because
that was a good-looking guy.
It's the same shot, like in Solo, like the way they frame it or whatever. It's the same exact thing. You see like the holster and that the one part of his leg and stuff. I don't know. It's for a second there, I thought it was gonna be Han, but
I mean, I don't think that's completely out of the question.
Yeah, you thinking next episode, Dimes?
What do you think? What do you think about that potential?
I think there's a bigger chance of him of Han being in the show than him not being in it next episode.
Yeah,
really?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I almost completely disagree, but
really?
I'm with it.
That's fair.
I don't think Han Solo's coming.
That's why.
Oh, did you say Kira or Han? Did I completely...
I said both. Han, but I also think...
okay. I can see Kira. I think
could you imagine if it's revealed that it's Crimson Dawn and then Kira comes in and Han's already there too?
Here's something I want to get people's opinions on.
Insane,
and Dimes, I'll start with you. Dimes, I'll start with you. But here's something I want to get people's opinions on. So whenever they talk about the Pikes in the show, they say the Pikes. However,
the Syndicate.
However, Bane doesn't say the Pikes. He says the Syndicate. And other people say just the Syndicate. And I was like, why do you say that? Like, are the Pikes part of a bigger thing?
No, you know what Boba does say in episode 2. He says, "Go tell your syndicate."
Right.
No, I know, but like the way he says
it could be written off, but I do think
it sounds pretty sus to me.
It's sus.
It's not the Pikes that are paying him, it's the Syndicate that is paying him, and the Syndicate is a greater whole over the masses of the Black Sun and everybody else.
The way they use that word, I think
it seemed like a clear, because he could have just said the Pikes.
Just the Pikes.
He could have just said the Pikes, but I don't know.
I think there is a bigger fish. If Phantom Menace has taught me anything, there's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger jacked Godzilla fish ready to go.
There's always a Phantom Menace.
Always a Phantom
Menace. So, last question for you. How have you... So this episode was crazy. Where do you fit in on does it fit in with the Book of Boba Fett? Are you satisfied with the show so far, or is it still
okay? I'm one of the few people that has really liked this show, and I'm not one of those people that likes, I just like everything Star Wars.
Right.
Well, I do kind of, but I'm not the biggest fan of some of the prequel stuff, but.
How dare you?
I've seen your letterbox. It hurt my heart.
That's me.
No, but I think I like Book of Boba Fett season 1 more than Mando season 1. Like if I'm being honest, because I love the pilot, Episode 2 is insane. I love episode 2.
Blew it away. Yeah.
Episode 3.
That's good moments.
But honestly,
moments.
yeah, it has good moments. I prefer episode 3 to watching like episode, let's say, 4 of season 1 of Mando.
Right there with you, man. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
I really don't like that Sanctuary episode, or it's just not my favorite.
That's my least favorite episode of the whole show.
And everyone really likes it. I'm like, I don't know, it's all right.
I don't like it.
That was Bryce Dallas Howard's first episode. Though,
yeah,
right?
it was.
So,
her second episode.
And now everybody's drooling.
No, her direction wasn't the problem. The way she directed ATSD to feel like a T-Rex. It was the plot of that episode. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
However,
I'm not a fan of that episode either. So.
Yeah.
I love how stylistically Filoni's episode matched here with his episode from his Ahsoka episode.
Yes.
From
both in the woods. Both in the woods.
Every frame feels like a photo.
The Eastern influence.
I mean, you could
the bamboo in general.
A lot of wallpaper.
You could, exactly, wallpaper
Zen garden.
any shot from the episode.
For real,
there's also growth from every director. I was just going to say that you see this growth from every director as well, from where they started in the Mando right through to now, and they're growing like everybody else does.
Example, I think.
And hopefully that happens with Robert Rodriguez, because so far we've seen, I'd say, a decline in his quality from like the Boba episode in Mando to his last two episodes.
He might be directing next week's, so we'll.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and hopefully that's where we see his growth.
Yeah.
Hey, the director that did Ant-Man did Rescue.
Yeah.
So
Peyton Reed,
and then he did.
My mind on Peyton Reed, because I'm not.
Who knows how much the direction really? I mean, obviously the direction's important, but I know with like Marvel, a lot of times it's like you don't do too much as a director. Like you don't have a lot of creative influence. So. Who knows?
Well, so as an actual final question, because you talking about Luke caring about Tatooine brought this into my mind. Because they brought in the New Republic X-Wings, do you think that maybe Han shows up under the guise of the New Republic? Like he comes with the New Republic?
Saying. Yes.
Like to be like, man, there's this crime war.
That was what I was trying to say.
Like, oh my God, there's the crime war going on Tatooine. We got to go do something about it because it's going.
Well, I think Luke's gonna be like, okay, shoot, we need backup. So then call the New Republic, and who better to lead it than Han Solo?
Yeah, and I have two ways Han Solo.
Leia, we could get Leia deepfake, dude. No one even mentioned her.
Kind of.
We could. I don't think so, but we could.
What were you saying?
Yeah. My first instinct was that like Han would be with the New Republic and stuff, and he get called in. But also, like, let's say
it's a Pike.
We're starting fresh from episode 1 of Book of Boba. We didn't know anything about the show so far. It makes logical, cohesive sense that Han will be in the show because of like kind of like a revenge plotline, maybe. I like just think like Boba, Cad Bane, Han. They all just have something in common. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just they make sense together. But
the good, the bad, the ugly.
I think we just gotta wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think
the Cowboys of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Loyal viewer Dimes.
Last having you on. Thank you.
Wait, before you take me off.
Yeah.
I have one quick reveal to make.
Reveal.
Okay.
Dimes reveal. Dimes to $1 reveal.
Exclusive.
Wait, sorry. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think
Levi knows what it is.
I already know what this is.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
It was Dimes. That time that there was the
that was you?
I got it, man. I was trying to time it to say see you, chunk, but no. Okay.
I appreciate the Spider-Man reference. Thank you. All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you, Dimes.
Thanks, Dimes.
All right, and next we have I think first timer Lloyd. Are you ready? Let's see.
He's ready.
Okay.
All right.
Coleman.
There he is. Well,
hi guys.
How's it going, Lloyd?
Hey.
How are you guys doing?
What's up, Lloyd?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing fine.
So, what do you think of the episode? We got to talk here. Yeah.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted by the whole thing.
Yeah.
I watched it in school.
You watched it in school? That's something
Hey, you were learning something. That's perfect.
No, I like watched it as soon as I came home. I watched like several reactions on it, including your guys's. All of your guys's, actually.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Much appreciated.
And yeah, I still don't have any words for it. I'm a pretty new fan to Star Wars. I started watching like 3 years ago. when
nice.
Mandalorian season 1 I think ended. I started watching.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Nice.
Crazy that was
watching
3 years
Star
ago
Wars.
now. But
Yeah.
So did you just do
Did
like
you
a
go
full
back and
movie
watch
walk-
Clone Wars or anything like that?
I watched everything. I'm on season
Oh,
4
wow.
of Rebels
Congrats.
right now.
Sweet, sweet.
Oh,
good
wow,
season.
okay.
Good season.
Very good season.
Beautiful
to hear it.
season.
I'm
Man,
glad
I-
they're drawn in.
I would love to just
man.
I would love to just pick your brain about like what was that like? Just like where did you
Yeah.
start? Like, did you start at Phantom Menace? Did you start?
Yeah,
at
actually.
I started
Yeah.
at Mandalorian season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you
Oh,
did
so
go
like you-
through
it wasn't
after
just-
that?
Oh wow.
I watched Mandalorian season 1, then I
Uh-huh.
started watching the original trilogy, then the prequels.
Oh my
and
god,
then-
that means he
Nice.
met Grogu before he ever knew Yoda.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
No,
What-
I didn't know Yoda.
You knew,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brothers are pretty. My brothers
What
are
was
pretty
your
big
favorite
fans
movie?
of Star Wars.
Out of the saga.
Empire Strikes Back.
Of course.
It's a good
Cool.
one.
Naturally,
if we take the Skywalker saga, if we take any movie,
Yeah.
I'd have to say Rogue One.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's great.
Okay,
That's
movie.
great.
Cool.
That's
I love that
another
movie.
good choice. Awesome.
Nice.
So what did you like better? Did you like the Luke stuff? Did you like the Cad Bane reveal? I think both are.
It's for me, it's
Yeah.
insane to see how Cad Bane, the reveal of Cad Bane, was so much more hype than Luke's reveal in the episode.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
It's
Look at
The
that.
So great.
anticipation. Mhm.
yeah.
He's beautiful. He's beautiful.
And
They
so,
did such a
Charming fellow.
good job.
have you seen
Absolutely.
Bad Batch yet?
No, not yet. I saved
Oh,
that up for after Rebels.
He's getting there. Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's the
Great.
way to watch it then. Definitely finish Rebels before
Yes.
you
So-
start that
Yep,
batch for
definitely.
sure.
That's what I'm doing.
So
Awesome. Love that.
for us, like I remember watching Cad Bane live for the last time in 2012, and now like 10 years later,
it's
it's just so
insane.
it's so crazy. It's insane.
Mhm.
Like,
What
and
was
for-
the
and-
last episode? I'm trying to think. When was the last?
and that's just so
When
so
was it?
special to me that the Mandalorian is bringing in new fans who get to go back, watch Clone Wars, and then see like immediately like here is this character in freaking live action.
I think
Yeah.
I find it really interesting the order you watch stuff in. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know. I just watched whatever I liked.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
happen to-
no, that's great.
I happen to because my brothers are big Star Wars fans. I know a lot about Star Wars. I tried to get into the original trilogy like when I was younger, but I never got into it.
They're gonna do it. Yeah.
But then like recently I started watching Mandalorian, and then it just snowballed from there really.
Cool. Well,
few
Lloyd,
years
do you
from
have
now-
any? Oh, I was gonna say, do you have any huge predictions for the next episode?
Yeah. What do you think?
Final episode of the show.
Yeah.
See that I'm so intrigued by how this whole universe is getting set up, because if we are finishing this Boba Fett story in Book of Boba Fett, which I think is gonna happen, I still think there's a lot of stuff that'll like go into Mandalorian season 3 or Ahsoka or any of the other shows perhaps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's so much. I
Anything
think
can
we
happen in any of the shows. Like this is what
Yeah.
this means now. You know.
I'm pretty sure they're just like making one huge series out of all
One
of these
huge
different
book, yeah.
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 Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
Book of Star Wars.
Book
Yeah.
of Star Wars. Yeah.
Basically.
Good Star Wars. That's it.
And I'm
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued by that. I did have one question for you. It's
Yeah,
a little
sure.
detail.
Okay.
During the Order 66 scene in the new episode with Grogu, there was a little symbol at like
symbol on the
one of
door. Yeah.
on the door,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was Barry's office
Yeah.
symbol.
That's
Mhm.
true.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, we taled about that earlier in the stream, right?
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay,
That's the
I
first
might
I've
have
heard
missed
about
it.
it. So yeah.
No, but like
Yeah.
how much? Yeah, I don't know. How significant is it? Like
I'm
does this
thinking
that it is
I'm
indeed
it's just
Barris
it's
to
such an
Grogu? I don't know.
obscure detail, man. And
It is an obscure detail.
I wouldn't pay attention to it if in episode or chapter 5 of season 2 or the Ahsoka episode that the droids had the 7th Fleet logo on there for
Yes.
Rebels.
Yes.
It's
And
such
that
an
actually
odd
paid off.
placement. Yeah,
Yeah, and that actually paid
yeah.
off to being Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me
Yes.
think that that's not a mistake that they would put
Yeah.
this symbol
Yeah.
there. So
No,
the
there are
only
no
thing-
of course it's
mistakes
not a mistake.
Yeah,
when they're
yeah,
doing
There's no
those.
mistakes.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes.
So
Also,
Well,
might
hold on,
just
you
be
kidding
one
me?
of
If anything-
Dave Filoni's like chess games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, people
really.
will
Absolutely.
dissect
He's
this.
moving the pieces.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And he
absolutely.
knows it. He knows
Yeah,
it.
he
as
knows-
well.
he knows it,
Yes.
too.
So I have two things. Either
How
I
much for
think
one
that,
man? What
I think
the
the
heck?
best thing we can do about Barris is just wait for Ahsoka because I think they'll
Yeah,
probably.
I
touch on
think
it.
that's where it's
The
going
payoff will be
that,
there.
The payoff will be
It
there.
makes
I
sense.
just-
Those two characters are intertwined in their story.
Yes.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, thank you for coming on. It was great.
Yeah,
meeting.
great perspective.
Lloyd.
I love having a new
Thank you
fan
for
like that. I
having
love
me
that.
on.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next week. We're definitely
See you
gonna be doing a
next week,
stream
man.
at the same time.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Take care,
All
buddy.
right, Thanks
Cool.
for coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Awesome.
Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right,
I love
so
that
we're-
new fan perspective.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No, yeah, that's
Next
great to hear.
is,
I love that
yeah.
they're still
Next
pulling
is-
in new fans.
I don't even know if has he been on the stream before. This
Yeah.
crazy laggy Liam.
This crazy guy.
I can see him. He's lagging.
Yeah,
so
Nick,
can-
This guy like
Nice.
this-
Like
we'll
to
see
see
him.
him.
He's gonna bring him in.
We'll see
Bring
how
him
this
in.
goes. We'll see how it goes. There we
Bring
go.
him in.
Oh,
There we
Yeah.
go.
Lucky Liam.
Liam, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
Oh,
Yep.
You and
I'm
Brent
lagging.
can fight.
lagging.
We can hear you, Liam.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
it'll be a delay, guys. So just
Hello?
be bearing with it. That's all.
Well,
Yes.
so you're in our Discord,
all, I am
Wrench,
laggy Liam.
or Liam.
Yes,
You are
that's
laggy
true.
Liam. So I take it you liked the episode. What was overall just your favorite part?
Favorite part, yeah.
My favorite part was probably gonna be the Cad Bane reveal, but
Gotta be.
I don't rate the episode
Absolutely.
much because of that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That cliffhanger
Mm.
made me mad.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
how do
it's
you
gonna be
think
paid
that's
off.
gonna go down?
Don't worry,
Yeah.
it'll be
Do
paid
you
off.
think he's choosing? Do you think he's choosing the Jedi or Mando or both, or how do you think that's?
See,
that's
I
playing
disagree,
out?
Johnny. I don't know if it will be paid off.
Dude,
No, it's
I
gonna be
don't
paid off in
think-
Mando. It's gonna be a
In Mando,
play.
yeah. I think they could
Yeah.
wait for
I
that.
don't think so, man. I don't know. It was such a big point of this episode. I don't think so. It would be weird. It would be weird to just jump back.
I don't think
to
it would be weird. I think that's perfectly.
I do have a question for
They're
you,
telling a
Liam.
story, man. It would be weird. Definitely be
So-
weird. But
Liam, my question for you is: do you think this series, the end of Boba Fett next week, is going to end in a really like dramatically down note? Do we think the heroes are going to
Lose, maybe.
maybe
I think
not
they lose, man.
lose?
Empire Strikes Back, yeah. Type.
Yeah.
type
What's your
something,
thoughts?
I think it's going to end with a new beginning. I think it's going to
Okay.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
going to be almost like a setup in a weird way. It's like it's going to set up a new chapter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not a new chapter. I know where it's going. It's going into the sequels and that. But in between that and where we're at right now, we're going to see a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to see a lot more Cad Bane, I think.
Hey, I know who that is.
Gonna see everything.
Yeah.
I think they're
So-
losing. I don't think this is going to be a very happy ending for our
Yeah.
heroes here at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
For
know,
sure,
love
but I
you,
can
Joseph.
definitely see it be.
I'm
a
not
start of
saying
the-
that
I'm
ain't
about to
gonna be
get-
true.
Sorry.
Right,
No,
right.
not talking to you. Not talking to you. Not talking to you. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We have a special.
Special. Yeah. All right.
So yeah, the new beginning angle. I mean, I like what you're saying there because maybe, as Mike was talking about earlier, either Boba's going to be the Daimo here, or somehow it's going to factor into the Mando plotline because we're definitely going to see Boba in Mando season 3. They're not just going to establish Boba as this character
I
and then
think
take him
Mando's
out of the
gonna die.
equation. Well, I think you're crazy.
I don't think I disagree.
I wouldn't put
I
money on that.
disagree.
I wouldn't put any money on that.
Yeah.
I think that's insane. Get him out of here. What did you just say to me? Gonna die.
Mando's gonna die.
Well-
It's gonna die.
Wow.
And then Grogu's gonna go down the path of being with Luke, and then he's gonna get like killed by Kylo Ren, and we're all gonna be very, very
Oh
sad.
my god.
Okay, that's definitely darker than
And
I was
it's better.
expecting.
It better not be an off-screen kill because we have not
He's not
gone
gonna get killed.
all this
No, he's
journey.
not
That
gonna get
won't
killed, man.
happen.
That's what's gonna happen in the first
I
place.
Yes,
It's
they
not
have
into
to kill
any of
Grogu.
They have
How-
to.
You're crazy.
that. No,
We've ended.
I would not put Liam on my marketing team. I'll say that.
No.
I'm thinking more orbital planetary
Yeah, planetary
takeover by the.
destruction.
Yeah,
built
I-
another
I-
Death
Do
Star.
we
Yeah.
think that like Boba's gonna lose the palace at the end of the
Maybe.
season?
You know, they
Yes.
actually
Where
they
what we
test-
do? Is that what
they
happens?
And I
test-
think we're getting a season 2 of Book of
they
Boba.
test Starkiller Base on Grogu. That's what they do.
They just they float out in space and just like
Yeah,
direct
I think
right
it'd be
at him.
like
Just like they do.
planetary orbital takeover by the Pikes. I feel like
Yeah,
there's
man,
gonna
I don't
be something bigger that's gonna a blockade that they'll form. I think
All right.
they'll
Yeah.
form that around 10.
A Trade Federation block.
Trade Federation,
Yeah.
if you would, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Liam,
Liam,
thank you. Thank you
pleasure.
for gracing
Laggy
us with your
Liam,
presence
Laggy
and your
Liam with
takes.
your laggy presence. We love it.
We will talk to you on Discord and in the chats where you are less laggy and we can
That's true.
communicate.
That's
But
true.
yeah, man.
Stays
I
true
mean,
to his name.
thanks, man. We
Thanks,
we
man.
love
Yeah.
having you on. You're a great viewer, an asset
Thank you.
to the
An
community.
asset.
No, he's not a friend.
No, he's not. No, get out of here.
We'll
All right.
chat soon.
All right. Well, we will see you. We'll see you later, buddy. All
So,
right. And next,
I will say, hold on. In waiting, we do have AJ, our closer, but I just have to get this out of the way very
if
quickly.
he's fine with waiting,
special
guys.
guest,
fine with waiting.
special guest.
All right,
Joseph.
I'm about to go.
What's going
guys.
on?
I'm
Can
about
you
to
see the
go.
resemblance? We have the
Yeah.
Go.
two Hamilton
right
brothers.
Right below.
Oh, very
We have
cool.
the brothers.
I
The
had. I
brothers
know. I
and the
had to
Awesome.
jump in on this one. I haven't jumped in on the channel before, so I thought I would do my debut.
Johnny's brother, everyone.
That's
I
on
recognize
purpose.
that
Very cool.
background.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's cool.
This is my brother, everybody. Surprise,
Hey,
surprise.
Joseph.
Um,
I met Joseph
Great
at
to meet
Comic
you.
Con. Remember?
You did?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
met
right.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
at
I
Comic
forgot
Con,
about
yep.
that. That's
Very
right.
cool. Very cool.
But Joseph, yeah, he has his own channel, Brickozoid's Den. Check it out.
Yep.
If you guys are into Legos and
Jo-
all that stuff. Anyway,
Joseph, what's the cooler
Yes.
brother? Who's the cooler brother?
Oh, that's
is it you or me?
I gotta go with Joseph. This man has
Fair enough.
every Harry Potter Lego set to
Yeah,
touch
Joseph's
this
pretty
show.
that is
Alright.
true. I have a
That's
lot of
So
those.
I mean, that's I
Like
can't. I don't think Johnny
Anyway.
can say the
I
same.
have quite a
I like-
collection.
I'm a fan of Joseph.
All right, man.
Big
Thanks, guys.
Joseph fan over here.
All right, get him out.
But
Yeah,
Joseph,
he leaves.
favorite part,
All right, thank you,
favorite part of
everybody.
the episode. Favorite part of the episode. What are we
Oh
thinking?
man, I mean the Cad Bane part was amazing. I
Beautiful.
freaked out when I saw that, but
Beautiful.
one part in particular was when Luke was running with Grogu on his back in his backpack, and he
Oh,
did like the
ESP
flip.
throwback.
He did the
Yes.
flip.
Mhm.
Yeah.
flip.
Just hold
Oh
on and
my
then just-
god, that was so cool.
Empire
Awesome.
Strikes Back.
I don't know, that just
Awesome.
like opened the floodgate of memories from watching Empire Strikes Back and just seeing
Definitely.
that flip.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was definitely one of my favorite parts of the episode. Just seeing that
Yeah.
that move there
Love
that
it.
Luke did.
Love
That,
it.
that got me giddy.
Yeah.
I think
That was
got us all getting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Joseph, I gotta know from
Okay.
your expert analysis.
Yes.
What's happening? What's going down in this last episode? How's it playing out?
Ooh, man, I'm hoping for some crazy scenes with Cad Bane and Boba
Of course.
reuniting. Maybe he
Naturally.
gets shot in the head again. Who knows? I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. I'm hoping to kind of see like a lot of like our characters highlighted. Like I want to see like Mando doing a bunch of stuff, taking down some pikes or something like that. Same thing with Black Chrysanthemum
Of
because
course.
Mhm.
you know that they brought him in on what was it, episode 3? I think they brought him onto the team.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I want to see a little bit more of him. I want to see him kind of
Three.
beat some guys up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we have quite the stacked cast coming in. We have so many people.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
running out of
people.
time.
They
That's
did
it.
say that the finale is going to have the most cast, I think, or something like that we've ever seen, or something. So it was something
Yes.
big.
That's true.
Rightfully so.
This is
Yeah.
true. But all right, man. Well, tell
Some
Dad
brotherly
and
love.
Mom I love them, and you know.
Okay. I'll make sure to. I'm stuck in the basement with COVID right now, so I don't know if I'm gonna be.
Oh.
Oh, I love you, Joseph.
Oh
Don't have
man,
COVID.
sorry to hear that, Joseph.
Yeah, it's rough.
Okay.
It's rough. But
All right.
That sucks.
the
Sitting
here, Johnny
Boba
wants
Fett
to-
has helped me get through it.
Of
Love
course,
you.
of course.
Of course.
What's
All right,
going on,
buddy.
Joseph?
All right,
bud.
bye. Thanks for having me
Bye,
on.
brother. Bye, brother.
See ya.
He was
mean,
one
who
of
do
the
we give?
cameramen
That guy?
for our
I
holiday
don't
hate
special.
that
I'd
guy.
like to-
I don't think AJ can be the closer. We just have too
No,
many.
no. We got. If AJ's fine with waiting.
No, AJ
Let me
can't
see.
wait that
Nod,
long.
nod.
Man. He's been
AJ,
waiting
nod.
so long.
No. Okay, we'll get him on now.
Yeah, he's not nodding. He's not nodding.
Not nodding.
So here he is.
All right.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoop.
AJ.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
How's it going?
It's
Can you hear
going,
me
man.
all right?
It's going.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear you.
Still on
big
camera.
fan of the
Um,
show. Big fan of the
We've
show.
been talking off and on
Calling
today, texting. But
Yeah.
what do we vocally? What are your thoughts here?
vocally.
Vocally.
Give us through audio format.
I mean,
Yeah, audio format.
I guess I would give it like an 11 out of 10, honestly, if I can do that.
That's right. No, you can do
I,
that.
do, I
that.
do understand.
We'll allow it. It's weird, but we'll allow it.
I do understand, like,
Nice
where's Boba? It's his show, but I've sort of been thinking of it as like a comic book thing where it crosses over
Yeah.
into different stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is
Mhm.
fine. Like,
Clone
that's fine
Wars
with me.
did the same.
It's all gonna lead to
Yep.
one big thing. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So,
Hmm.
but you know, I'm wearing my Cobb Vance shirt. I don't know if you guys.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Been pumped. Gonna wear another Cobb shirt tomorrow for our
Yeah.
stream. I got like 4 of them ready to go this week.
Love it.
And
Love it.
this dude, We finally got him, right?
Oh my
Look
god!
at
I
that.
thought that was a Hot
Yeah.
Toys figure for a second. I was like, what the heck?
No, I wish.
What the
The
heck?
lighting's a bit
I
better
wish.
over here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dude, we might
Would
get
you-
another. We might get
Big
another
hat,
one for the
big hat.
Boba Fett line, which is very exciting to me. Anyways,
Did they
I hope
pull it
so.
off for you,
Yeah.
AJ? Was
Hope so.
that everything you need Cad Bane to look like to be in live action?
yeah. What do you think of the
Yeah,
look?
I thought it
This
looked.
This has
I
been
thought it
a.
looked I thought it looked as good as they could do, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you
And
miss the
him
bigger
popping
hat,
the
or do you
effort-
think? Did you miss the
I
bigger
think it
brim
looked
of the hat?
alright. I mean,
Yep.
he would have looked like Darkwing Duck if he had the big brim or something. So I think it looked
Yeah, too big might be ridiculous on a.
Okay,
human
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
I have to interject. I must
Okay.
interject because we have a rare possibility here for so we have right now in waiting
Oh, I know what you're
fresh off of
thinking. Is this
Tatooine.
possible?
We have Palpa memes.
We have Palpa
Connor,
memes,
I'm gonna add you to stream.
He's
But
in
in
here.
the private chat right now, he's talking about Tross.
Oh
as he
god,
does.
there's a lot of talking here.
lot of Tross talk about it being blue. So here we have Palpa memes.
Hey, I love Trump.
And
Hey.
I know, no, but this is what I'm getting at. Palpa
Tross
memes,
fans.
I don't think knows that he sent AJ and I on like this 3-hour wild goose chase through the
Is
middle
he-
of the
Oh, yeah.
night, watching. I mean, he's in the chat. I mean,
Where-
Is he here?
Nice.
There he is.
And in this video, I want to go in depth and just look at why I personally feel that
Oh,
is
no.
the perfect
Oh, it's
ending to his
Dimes again.
arc
I bet it's
as-
Dimes, man. He's rude.
Oh no, I thought it was him.
I really thought it was him.
Oh man,
That's
We just
funny.
got pranked
What-
hard.
That's funny.
It's a prank.
Very cool. Very
Damn.
cool prank.
All
We
right,
got pranked. We
All right.
literally just got pranked.
Funny.
Yeah,
Back
well,
to it.
Oh, it's the C. It's the C. Well, if you still want to give us your expert Star Wars,
Is it the C
opinion,
though?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I
We don't
know.
know.
According-
I don't know.
According to Palpa memes, it's the C, but I bet it's Dimes. He has a history.
Trust him.
I
All right,
don't know.
anyways.
Well, sorry,
Palpa
guys. I
memes
thought
got
that
us
would have
too.
been. I thought that would have been a good moment there because
That's funny.
we're friends with Palpa memes. We know we got. All right, well.
Chat's
Well,
never
still
mind.
going actually. So.
Moving on.
Oh, is it really?
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay,
It's
I was
okay.
like,
But
okay, sorry about that. AJ,
So-
the episode.
okay.
Hey.
AJ, the episode. Hey, what's going on, man?
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next week. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Han
I don't
Solo and
think Anakin
Chewbacca.
versus Cad, part 2.
Boba versus
Cad
Cad
I'm
is
still
going to
thinking
be,
Han Solo.
I think, satisfying enough for me. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think they're losing it all, man. I'm saying it. They don't have enough muscle to take him on. They said that in this episode, and I don't think
Yeah.
they're getting Cobb Vanth
Who
and
do
the
the
crew
Pikes
back.
even have other than Cad? They need everyone
Yeah.
to take
Well,
Cad.
they have a bunch of pikes. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got one
Crimson
other
Dawn,
thing.
maybe.
What if the Cobb Vanth's people end up by pulling in their Tusken Raider group as well? Because it feels like the right time that they could pull in the Tuskens to bring in and tie off
That would be
He did
cool.
say-
even though
he
they're
did
different
say-
tribes.
he did
back
mention that the truce
into-
was still intact.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
He said
Yeah,
that.
and it feels like that would be a truce,
Ooh,
especially
true,
if the Pikes have been shooting up Tuskens across the planet just because of their train rails. That would be a great way to bring the Tuskens back into the fold, in my
Yeah.
opinion, too.
Right. Well, do you think
I
we're
think
gonna
we'll
get
get
that
the different
Tusken warrior, the woman who we didn't see dead, or we didn't see
Yeah.
her body? Like
Yeah.
people have kept saying, like,
Maybe.
"Oh, she's gonna
Yeah,
come
I
back.
don't-
We're gonna get payoff from this."
know.
But there's one episode left,
Doesn't-
and if this
yeah.
episode's like 40
I,
minutes long, I don't think
Yeah.
we're getting stuff like that.
I don't think
don't
it'll be
think
4
so.
minutes. I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Okay.
He does have to go.
Thank you guys. This
Yeah.
was a blast, and thank
Johnny.
you all you guys for being here.
Pizza
And,
night?
I've got to be out of here in a minute too.
Yeah, we're pushing
Okay.
the limit. I think we all have to. So let's
Okay.
Yeah.
so let's get
All right. But thank
So
you, everybody.
we
I'll see you
leave.
guys later.
Anchorman. I think we got one last person here. The actual closer wasn't AJ.
We'll
We
keep
got-
AJ in if he wants to stay.
Yeah, we got. Well,
That was the
obviously we'll
setup,
keep AJ.
man.
Yeah. Well, for Palpatine's, then it was a double prank. But here we have Anchorman. How's it going, Anchorman?
Hey,
Hello.
hey,
What's going on, bud? You like the episode?
Not much.
Not much.
Not
You
much.
Like it?
Oh no, he's saying no. He's
Well-
delayed.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're delayed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you scared me
yeah.
for a second.
What'd you think, though, man?
Hello.
Oh, is
Yep.
there some audio issue?
Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can.
we
What's up,
can.
Anchorman? I think we're having some
Okay.
technical issues here. Don't think it's working out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Anchorman. We're trying, but we are gonna start to wrap the stream here. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Okay, so. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's delayed. There might be a lag issue. Sorry, Eagerman. Next week though, we're gonna be pulling people on, so it's gonna be good. But yeah, I think that is the stream. I think we can end there.
I think one last round of you get definitive one prediction roundtable real quick. What do you think you're seeing next week? You got one thing to say. What do you think you're seeing definitively?
Han Solo.
We got one Han Solo.
No, Boba Fett riding a Rancor.
Okay.
Definitely Boba Fett riding a Rancor.
Yeah. I mean that
Cad
is
Bane versus Boba Fett. That's got to happen.
Okay. I think Han Solo. I'm actually gonna say Han Solo. I want it so badly. I'm gonna try.
You guys are insane.
I'm gonna try to
get Han Solo. You're automatically getting Chewbacca.
That's it.
To manifest it.
And maybe Baby Ben Solo.
Yeah. And
Crimson Dong.
possibly Leia.
Await the dong.
The dong.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Await the dong.
Thanks, guys.
We will see you next week, hopefully. Thank you for everyone, all the new people watching this who checked out our reaction, who are now sticking around. We love to see you. Go check out HoloNet Marauders and Jedi Jive and Age of Grogu and Cobb Vanth and stick around on the news. Booba! All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.